This room is in need of a major makeover. Hi friends, welcome back to Pages in Chaos. And yeah, you heard me right. I need to redo my book room. I have been looking at this for quite a while, and I don't know, I just don't like it. It's cluttered. There's a lot going on. I don't have room for my books on my bookshelves. I still have a lot of mismatched bookshelves from when I first moved in and this was all I had. So I am going to try to redo or rearrange or do something with this room. And I figured I'd take you along with me on the journey. It's going to be many different stages. I'm going to go through my books, see what I can unhaul. I'm going to go through all of these knickknacks and things that I just have all over the place and see what is just there randomly, what I can get rid of, things like that. So if you're interested to see what the hopeful evolution is going to be, follow along. So I don't really even sit in this room anymore to read. I've had this chair. I actually bought this chair 9 years ago when I first moved in, and it's a pretty comfortable chair, but I don't really read up here. I think one of the things that keeps me from here, one, the clutter, but two, there's no window. Because this is where you, when you come up my stairs, which is behind us there, it's just a hallway basically. There used to be a skylight, but we did close it up. My father did close it up when we were redoing the house. And I don't know, that's something that he said maybe we can put back in just to get some natural light in here. I don't know, but I need to redo this room somehow so that it's comfortable and it's a place that I actually want to sit and read, and not just kind of sit here to do my videos and have this messy background. I figured for this first video I'd kind of just go through all of what I got going on here, what my shelves are, and then maybe just some ideas that I have. And I'd love also to hear your ideas down in the comments, things like that. If there's something that you think I could do, of course, I'd love to hear. Okay, so right now I am standing on the stairs. When I walk up the stairs, this is what we have. It's almost like another room, but not quite because it's not closed off. And you walk up the stairs and then you got my office and workout space and my bedroom, and there's the bathroom back there. I'm not going to show that to you. So as you can see, it's a big space compared to, the fact that I even have a space to do this, but it needs some work. It needs some help. So I'm going to take you around the room to show you exactly what I got going on. And, you can let me know your thoughts. This stuff here is just random stuff. This cart is all of my crafts. I have all of my stuff up here for my book journal, my markers. That's crocheting stuff that I started and never really picked back up, so I do want to keep that there. And then down there are games and puzzles. This is just here because I have no other place to put it right now. And then those are my tote bags that I use when I go book shopping. And then we have this here, which is books that I've already put aside to unhaul. Then I got this that I just pulled out of the closet. These are all of my little squishmallows of different holidays and things. So I got to put my spring and Easter ones out. But again, it just seems very cluttered to put them back out on my shelves and then not even notice them. All right, next up I have is this wall. And this wall used to be where my chair was. I got this recently, and it's just a mess. I got my little sign there, and I just got a bunch of random things here. I got this microphone that I bought, never really even used. I got pens here, things like that, some candles. The original idea was to put middle grade on this shelf, but I have way too much middle grade. This I feel is a wasted shelf. I just have a bunch of stuff there, candles, some cute things that I do want to keep, but then stuff that I'm not exactly sure what to do with. And then I do have books on this shelf. So this is my nostalgia shelf, so to speak. But again, I feel this could be cleaned up a little bit. And then down here are my Nancy Drews that I do have. I am missing a lot. But I do, I am trying to get my collection back up. And then I just have some like random things. This was like from a book of the month. And then I just have like things here. These are curtains that I got from like a Once Upon a Book Club thing. No idea where to hang these, but they're like bookish curtains. So those are there. I got these books that I have to scan and put on the shelves, my book of the month. Here's another random thing. I think this is like a wall canvas, again, from like Once Upon a Book Club. So I just have like random things. Ooh, that's my middle grade stuff that goes up there. This here is my little bookshelf of like books that I'm going to read. This is usually books that I've read that I need to put aside for like my wrap-up videos. And then I bought this lamp with the hope of like organizing stuff, but that didn't go well. And then I have my Switch down here with some games, and it doesn't get used down here. I would like to get like maybe a monitor or something to kind of hook it up and like use it for like streaming YouTube, maybe like ambient rooms, and then being able to hook that up and play every once in a while. Okay, moving on. This is my coat closet, so I can't block that. I got my shelves back here, and I'm going to put in a picture of what it looked like when I first moved in. And then I just have my chair and like this side table that is just, again, cluttered with stuff. I got all of these pillows. I actually have some more down there because when I joined Hannah's Comfy Cozy Book Club, we all like got into this like, oh my God, I need all of these like cute pillows. So it's a cookie, a croissant. I have a strawberry down there and like a coffee thing, but like it's not good there. This is Once Upon a Book Club stuff that I bought when they had a sale, and I still have yet to read and open those, so that needs to be done. Here is a corner where I have this tiny light, and then I have this cart of like, I guess, bookish things, but isn't really bookish things. I do have some like nostalgic like stuffed animals that I had when I was a kid. These are some note cards. These are note cards that are like looking like they're books. Here, let's see if I could pull them out for you. Put those. But it's like, see, so they're note cards that look like they would when you categorize the different things. And I bought them and I never used them for anything because I was like, oh, they're cute. I don't want to use them, but then they're just sitting there. These are like paint cards that I had the intention of making like separation for like the genres, and I never did that. And then these are little books that like my nan used to have, and she gave them all to me. So I have them just kind of sitting here, but you can't see them. And then again, just some like random things. I have some random books back here, stuff like that. Then I have more bookshelves, which I guess I'll go through and show you what they are. And then this is just a random bookshelf that is here that is a dumping ground. And then of course I got Misty and Nugget's bed with toys and scratching posts that they literally just destroy and leave here. So that is the mess and that is this room. This is my linen closet, so I can't even like use the back wall. And that is what I got here. I would love to somehow get more space for my books here. And I would love to, like, originally I wanted to have like a small like little desk or table here so I could sit, record, stream, edit, things like that in one spot. But I just don't think I have the room for any of that unless I could figure out something. So I figured I'd go through my shelves and show you exactly how I have them set up and things like that before I start pulling books and things out to unhaul, and then looking at all of these like, again, knickknacks and things and that I can get rid of. So this first shelf is like classics, books that I got from my nan when she passed, and then nonfiction over there. And then I got a lot of random things, like this is something that came from my nan, and this is a salt lamp, but it's not a lamp, it's actually a candle, but I don't really burn it because I'm nervous now. I found out that cats like to lick it and too much salt is extremely dangerous from them, so it stays up here. I'm afraid to burn it because if that salt gets into the air, even though it's supposed to be very cleansing, so this kind of just stays here. So that might be something that I actually could get rid of. But yeah. This next shelf is my Mary Higgins Clark shelf. So every single Mary Higgins Clark that I own. You can see, obviously, it is double stacked. And then I have these like Disney Doorables. Okay, this next shelf is my thriller and mystery shelf. So these are thrillers. This is a horror. And then these are my mysteries. And again, just random candles and things up here. And this is a cup that says my name on it. And this next shelf is romance, rom-com romance. So I got all of those there. And then a continuation of romance. These aren't rom-coms though. So these are like Nicholas Sparks. I got some Nora Roberts back there and just some other like contemporary romance that I can go through. And then down here is my historical fiction, which actually I think those two books need to go down here. Okay, moving on to the second bookcase. So these are YA up here. I think these are all my YA fantasy. And then like, again, I can't really see. So these are my like special edition that I got Kickstarter. Okay, but you could see that I have a lot of YA books back there. This is my permanent, even though he's Halloween, my permanent black kitty that stays on my shelves. Some more YA, again, YA fantasy here. And then we get into my regular YA and you can clearly see that I have it double stacked. Okay. And then moving down to my middle grade, I have two middle grade shelves. And again, we're starting to get to the point where they're double stacked and I don't like doing that. Here's my second middle grade shelf. These are mostly series, but I do have other series that need to go on here. And then when I get more, like when I get more of Percy Jackson or Amari, like they need to fit in there. These are just my general fiction, which I desperately need to go through and see what I can unhaul because I do have a lot of books on here that I read once and will probably never pick up again. And then these are my mostly adult fantasies. I think these are all adults. They should be all adult. Got up there. And I definitely need to go through those. Moving on to this. And yes, I have these water moisture absorbers around because for some reason I do get some moisture in this room and I do not need my books getting destroyed. So I can't block this corner. Like I would love to get a corner shelf here, but my vent is down there and I can't block that. It's the only vent in this area. So if I get something here, it needs to be something that does not block that vent, but also Nugget likes to lay there when the heat is there. So I also don't want to take that spot away from him. And then we have this shelf. So these are some nonfictions and some memoirs. Down here, we have a lot more nonfiction, like self-help stuff and things like that, that I do want to go through. Yes, I have a lot of random stuffed animals here. These books 1, 2, and 3 are signed. So this one was signed by, she was on a soap opera that I used to watch. This is from a MMA fighter, and then this is Dennis Leary. And then down here isn't even books. These are pictures. I mean, I do have some books over here, but these are photo albums and my high school yearbooks, which I feel like I need to find another spot for these and my photo albums because 1, they're just shoved in there, and 2, I don't even really look at them. They're just here because I really don't have another spot from them. They're good for nostalgic, like this one's from my high school graduation. Good for nostalgic reasons, but I really don't need them in this room, but I have no other place to put them. And then this is like my Bible from when I was a kid, and my goodness, it's like, wow. And then this whole shelf is just book of the month. Book of the month that I've read and not read. But when we get down to this shelf, it is double stacked. So there's behind there, and then these are all the most current ones. And then for some reason, I guess the way these shelves are spaced, this bottom shelf doesn't really fit books like standing up. You can't fit them. I'm sure if I get like a smaller paperback I could. So kind of just have my Patronus Harry Potter pop figurines over there, but I can't see them down there and I want to put them someplace else. Then we have these two shelves, and these actually aren't even bookshelves. These are shoe displays. So years ago I used to work at the Gap, and these are what we used for the Converse shoes when the Gap used to sell Converse, and they were getting rid of them. They did a whole new design, so we employees got first dibs if we wanted to take them. So I took 3 of them and used them as bookcases. Back then I was still living at home and I really didn't have space, so I took these. But anyway, I would love to get better, or I mean, they're really good, but it's just like they're so far back. I'd love to get actual bookshelves here. But you have my Harry Potter and my pops here. So these are the Ravenclaw edition. Okay, this is the 20th anniversary edition that I got from I'm knocking everything over here, from Blackwell's, I think it is. I forget which one in England that I ordered from, and I really wanted it because it was the 20th edition of the original cover, but it of course is, and the Philosopher's Stone, which is the original. They changed it for US audiences. And then I have some random Harry Potter stuff there. Down here is actually just like random journals, and then just some, you know, little figurines. This is bath salts that are supposed to smell like butterbeer. I don't take baths, so honestly, I don't know why I have this. What else I could do with this? I don't know. Maybe I could just like pour it in a candle holder and just like let it make the room smell nice. I don't know. And then the second one, so up top here, I have my bookmarks, just some more Harry Potter stuff, like literally all over the place and cluttered. So that's got to change. And then I have my original Harry Potter books, and clearly they have been well loved. You could see the spines are broken. This is something from my friend, actually my sister-in-law, who made me her maid of honor. So I just keep that there because I don't know where else to put it. And just some things there. These are the Mina Lima, that they're no longer making those. They're, I guess, changing the illustrator, but those are the original ones. Okay, and then down here is nothing in the back. Again, just a lot of, oh, that's Nugget and Misty's bed. Let me move that. Just random stuff. This is a sign that my sister-in-law put in the, it's actually the cover of the box with my little gifts when she asked me to be her maid of honor. We are both Harry Potter fans, so I don't know if I showed you that. And then just this like random dumping ground of stuff. This is my, so I got Harry Potter journals. This was something that I got in like an owl crate box. It's a lunch box. And then my book sleeves. This one I got in my little Christmas advent calendar, and I don't know if I want to keep it. It's really cute, the pattern, but it's really cheaply made. Like the whole, it's not like there's, it feels almost like somebody just took a piece of bubble wrap and sewed it in there. It's not even completely up to the top, so it stops here, and then it stops here, so there's nothing on the sides. So I'm not exactly sure who made this, and I really like the pattern, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I could see if somebody can like fix this and make it nicer and actually protective. Yeah, so, and then there's a Misty and Nuggets toys that I just keep hidden when I have to switch them out. Well, there you have it. That is the mess that is this room. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do in here. First of all, if you guys have any ideas of how I can make this space better, let me know. But the first step is to go through all my books and see what I can unhaul. And then I'm also going to go through all of like the knickknacks and the random things that I have everywhere and kind of see what I actually want to keep. Like, do I really need all of the Disney Doorables? Like, I mean, I don't know. And then one thing that I do want to do is like all of my pictures that I have around. So you can see like there, that's me and my dad when I was a kid. That's me and my best friend. So I want to take them off the shelves, and I actually want to put them all in a picture frame, one picture frame. And I want to hang it up, but I just don't know where I would hang that up. But I feel like that would take some clutter off of these shelves. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts. Yeah, I know it's a mess, but again, I want to clean it up, and I want to make this a space that I can just be comfortable in again and read and just enjoy. And utilize. You know, I don't want it just to be a storage space. I want to actually sit up here and read like I did when I first started. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And in my next video, I will work on unhauling all the books that I feel like I don't need on my shelves anymore. And then maybe I'll make another video of the knickknacks, and then just like moving the stuff around. I do want to get some new furniture, like I said, another bookcase, and maybe get rid of like these mismatched ones. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's all I have for now. Bye.